Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Today I'm going to talk about a 2025 release. Armani Stronger With You Parfum. Now this is very impressive. I was quite pleasantly surprised. I sampled most of the fragrances released in a year, but I reviewed only a handful. And the moment I sprayed it, I thought, oh, okay, done this before. And in 2 hours time, I was like, wow, what is this? What is this? Oh, this is Stronger With You. Tell you what, this has really surprised me. So, let's start. So, Stronger With You has been releasing flanker after flanker after flanker, and they're basically doing the same thing that Hugo Boss does and YSL does with the Y line, Hugo Boss does with the scent line and the bottled line. So, this is nothing new. It's basically bringing in slight changes, tweaks to their original fragrances and just keep the production line moving, that let's get the profits in. That's the idea. If people like Stronger With You original, they'll most probably go and buy Stronger With You Parfum. So it's nothing wrong, nothing new. So when I sampled this, I kind of knew what to expect, but this surprised me. And as a result of that, I will review this fragrance because I think such fragrances need to be reviewed because not all new fragrances are kind of boring or bad. No, there are good things happening as we speak, and we need to, as a good reviewer, we need to, or at least I need to highlight the ones that need to be tested, even if they smell very much like what's already been done before. And that's exactly what happens. I couldn't find the name of the perfumer for you, but it's not in Fragrant. Ooh, it's not in Fragrantica yet. There's promise here. The moment you smell this, what you get is something that you already know exists, which is the bubblegummy shower jelly smell, right? And the original Stronger With You DNA, which is vanilla and lavender. And vanilla and lavender is a winning combination in men's fragrances. So you get that shower jelly smell. You also get the bubblegummy smell, which is associated with the synthetic lavender that you smell so many times. And that's what I'm smelling. And the moment I smelled it, I thought, okay, Stronger With You with a bit more muscle power. It's a very strong fragrance and it keeps getting stronger. So that's what I thought, and I left it at that. And then I picked it up just casually and I thought, wow, okay, what is this? So in about 2 hours time, all the shower jelly smell, the lavender, the bubblegummy smell, they take a back seat and more notes come to the fore, and it's a little complex creature. So what you get here, wow, man, I really like the dry down. What you get is a bit more spicy bite. So from the original, they've taken the sage and they've included pink pepper. I really like the pink pepper here, and it goes really well here with the lavender and the shower jelly smell. Really nice. So pink pepper, sage gives it a bite in spite of being a sugary sweet, not sugary sweet, but sweet. Syrupy, I should say. Syrupy sweet shower gel with bubblegum smell mixed with pink pepper. In the middle stages, this is what happens. Then in the late dry down or dry down, which happens about 4 or 5 hours later, is what you get the most interesting facet. I start to smell orange very late. It is there in the initial stages, but it's dominated by that bubblegummy smell, the leathery bubblegummy ambery smell. It's dominated by that. But in the late stage, 4 hours later, I start to smell this beautiful, juicy, sweet mandarin orange. And that orange and lavender create a fantastic duo, supported by vanilla and hazelnut. And this hazelnut was there in the original release as well, but at the top, as a top note. Here it comes much later as a base note, and vanilla and nutty hazelnut, brilliant combination, along with that orange and lavender. Superb. I really enjoy this fragrance. And the longer it stays on my skin, the more I enjoy. And I put one on my shirt as well the other day. I enjoyed it even more. There was one on my skin, on my wrist, and one on my shirt. I was working away and I was thinking to myself, this fragrance is really impressing me. And really is. So, it's a unique combination. So, lavender, vanilla, well-known masculine combination. Pink pepper, orange. Hazelnut and thyme. And along with thyme, there's also, I think, some hint of tobacco leaf kind of a smell, dry tobacco leaf. To pull the fragrance from the syrupy nature, shower jelly damp nature, towards a dry nature. So that tobacco leaf is hiding behind all these notes I mentioned. And I think it's a legacy note. There is also a little hint of leather. I get a little hint of leather and patchouli at times. So those notes are legacy notes. And they're coming through. There's probably a base sauce for Stronger With You. And that's coming through in the late dry down. Which is why I got interested in reviewing this fragrance. It has complex facets. It is just not one trick pony. Depending on the skin chemistry and the weather outside and your attention span, there are lots of things going on here. You get these little nuances along with the main notes I mentioned. And that's what made the fragrance so interesting for me. And that's why I'm reviewing it. So, upsides and downsides. Number one upside. In a day and age when fragrance release has a lifespan of 1 year, they've come up with something which probably will be there in your collection for longer than a year. Promise you that. Because if you test this out, you'll find it to be interesting. Number one is, the upside is this fragrance is interesting. It's got many aspects which come through at different stages, and that makes the fragrance interesting. You have to have some difference, yeah? Something interesting rather than just smelling like food. Number two upside is the performance. The performance is incredibly nice. The longevity is easily 12 hours, easily. On clothes longer. It projects a lot for about 2 to 3 hours. So if I went 4 sprays from this little sample, I'm pretty sure I'll fill up this whole room. And it'll stay like that for a while. So projection is tremendous as well for the first 4 or 5 hours, depending on the number of sprays. And it creates a beautiful scent bubble. I'm very impressed by the quality of the ingredients. It's synthetic, but it creates a very nice scent bubble. And the third upside will be the compliment factor. People, when they smell you, they already will be enamored by the smell. It's clean, it's slightly gourmandy, and the hazelnut combination with orange creates a very sort of a different sort of a scent signature. It's unique, slightly unique. And that is when you get a compliment, because people didn't expect this from a run-of-the-mill designer. Definitely your better half, your girlfriend, I won't be surprised if they really like this. This is a proper come and hug me darling kind of a fragrance. It's got a beauty about it. It's very nice, really nice. So those are the upsides. Downsides, value for money. The fragrance currently is retailing for more than £100. I'll never pay £100 or anything even near to that for this fragrance, right? It's high quality, but it's very, it's not in the realm of £100. I'd probably happily pay £50 for it. So wait for the prices to cool down. But that's the downside, number one downside. Number two, too much familiarity with the other flankers. So if you have the original Stronger With You, Stronger With You absolutely is another one I was reminded of. I had to review that one. So those fragrances, if you have them in your collection, this might be a bit redundant because it reminds you of those fragrances. There's not uniqueness in this fragrance for you to go and buy if you already have those flankers. So it might come across as a little bit sort of redundant to people who already have some of the flankers. The third one, and this is an important one, you have to wait 2 hours for something which smells, yeah, I've smelled this before, many places, to this, where, yeah, okay, this is interesting. And it happened to me by accident. I'd given up. And I suddenly smelt my blotter and I thought, wow, okay, this is interesting. So 2 hours, 3 hours is a long wait time. And that could be a bit of a put off for some people. But give it some time. Be patient with it if you can. And I think you'll be rewarded for your patience, especially if you like these kind of bubble gummy sort of a shower jelly smell. If you like that, and there are plenty out there, but this one is nice. Where do you wear this? Cold weather. I think you can wear this three seasons in a year quite easily. Cold weather probably is the best because I was very surprised how long that orange note lasted and how late it came back and made an impression. And that's why it's quite suitable for spring and autumn as well. And winter, it's doing beautifully. I'm testing it in winter. I'm really impressed by the performance and the smell signature. So, 3 seasons quite easily. Where do you wear this? Quite versatile. I'm quite happy to wear this to work. I'm quite happy to wear this to a romantic situation, a close encounter situation. I'll watch the sprays for that. I'm quite happy to wear this to a black tie event. It's got classiness about it. Clubbing, no problem at all. 4 or 5 sprays, easily. What age groups are best for this? Bubblegummy smells are best for younger generation. So anybody in the age group of 20 plus. Although, if you're an older gentleman who likes the smell of bubblegum, shower gel, that sort of smell, along with orange, lavender, vanilla, absolutely, I'm liking it. I most probably will get a partial if I can get my hands on it at a decent price. I probably will. So age groups depends on your tastes. Do sample it. It's interesting enough to sample. I think I've covered all aspects. Compliment factor, massive. You will get a compliment. I would be very surprised if you don't get a compliment. It's a very nice scent. I really enjoyed it. Very likable as well. So, I've covered all aspects. How many marks will I give it? See, there are many fragrances that smell like this, including countless numbers of flankers from Stronger With You. So it's hard to give it high marks. But the interesting bits I mentioned during the scent development and the complexity makes me give it a 7.5. This is something different than what we are getting from most of the designer fragrances nowadays. There are some interesting aspects. There is something here which sort of makes me excited about reviewing this fragrance. So 7.5. I'm hoping you really enjoyed this review. That is, and if you did, do give it a like and do subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.